Yeah, now there is sound. Of course, there was no sound. So I was just saying that I'm testing a new microphone and I didn't select the input, of course, on my mixer. Uh, yeah, that's my second weekly live stream. And this time I have a nice black screen to show you guys. Um, okay, let's start. First, first topic I wanted to discuss today is the upcoming V013C update for the Noders, all platforms, Nodder 1, Dojo Cloud. It doesn't contain much, it's mostly an update that is not necessary for these devices. There is one small fix for an issue that affects some users, which is the Max database connection, which was not properly increased in the previous upgrade. I will go through that when we go through the little tab code review in my browser later. And the second item in this upgrade is LND 0.13.4, which includes the fix for Taproot. This fix is only necessary for users running a Neutrino Lite client, which is not our case, but we decided to include it anyway because Taproot, fancy new tech, so yeah, better have latest and greatest in Bitcoin and Lightning tech in this update. And also, we'll introduce a little later today our new device that raised some questions on Twitter earlier this week, which is Neutrino based, so that one is affected by this issue. So yeah, this is the content of this update. And the next topic, yeah, let's move on to the browser for some code and issues review. Nothing very fancy. So thanks to our good friend Elkim, we have this fix upcoming in the Dojo code. Apparently, Electrum Rust server 092.091 is much slower for some requests than 090 in previous versions, so sometimes queries from Dojo to Electrum Rust server are timing out, so this is just a timeout increase. Yeah, probably doesn't affect much users because Electrum Rust server is only used when you're reindexing some existing wallet, or if you think you're missing some transactions and you need to reindex anyway. So yeah, this will be included in some upcoming release as soon as it's merged into the mainstream Dojo code. Next, we have an issue that affects a lot of our users. It's in RTL, Ride the Lightning, the Lightning LND frontend, web frontend we are using. So what happens here is that some browsers stubbornly redirect you to /rtl/login, and yeah, and the CSRF token for which is necessary for authenticating the JavaScript code with the web service is not served in that address. The manual fix for users is just to remove the /login from the address and reload the page, and usually the token is properly set. But yeah, it's an open bug in RTL to be fixed in a next version permanently. And I lost my Restream chat window somewhere. Okay, here it is. Okay, let's move to the next item on the list. This is something which is fixed in Nodder 0.13c as well. actually, so in some cases, we don't know which ones, but in some cases, Electrum Rust server is opening more than 1024 files. And this is the default limit on Linux for a normal user. So we were reaching this limit on an increasing number of devices, and it looks like the more it goes, the more this limit is reached over time. So we increased this limit to 65,000. The initial fix was incorrect because we are using sysv init to start services because we are running in a chroot, so systemd can't be used. And yeah, there are some particularities, but there is one precise place in which this limit has to be set to work. So yeah, this is finally addressed, and yeah, next update is fixing the Electrum Rust server startup script. Actually, if you're running a Nodl Dojo and you hit upgrade Nodl now, you will already get the fix. You might have to restart Electrum Rust server manually after you install the update. So yeah, the root cause, which is why Electrum Rust server is opening that many files in some situations, is not known. On Roman's tests, it doesn't happen. We've seen it happen in very different environments. We've seen it on Nodl OGs initially, then on older devices, more modern devices, and even on the cloud instances. So different platforms, different architectures. It seems to happen randomly on some devices, but on the ones on which it happens repetitively. If you restart the service, it will happen again. This is again, Elkim opened this issue with Electrum Rust server. It's about this waiting time for Dojo. So this led to this increase in the timeout in Dojo. Yeah, something got slower. Many things got faster in Electrum Rust server 09x, and some things got slower apparently. So yeah, we are still waiting on a resolution of this. This is another small fix I've added in 013c. So some users were getting a blank admin page, which is actually related to the fact that newer versions of the Dojo software are opening a lot of database connections at the same time, and the default limit in MariaDB is 100. So we increased this limit to 1000, but actually the fix was incorrect because I was putting the limit in .cfg file, and actually it's not read unless the extension is CNF. So this is fixed now. It will also clean up the old files. The rm-f is used so it doesn't yield an error if the file doesn't exist, so it can be run repetitively. And on some, depending on the version of MariaDB on the devices, the file must be put in this directory. If it doesn't exist, we are creating it, so anyway it will be here for next time if we decide to upgrade MariaDB later. And there is also a small change in Tor-RC. We are creating a hidden service for Sphinx. This is just to prepare the upcoming merge of Sphinx chat in all our devices. It's already working in testing. We are just finalizing a few things like displaying the QR codes for pairing the phone and so on. Let's go back here. So if you're following us on Twitter, you've seen this post. It's a picture taken in San Salvador this week. Laurent is currently in Salvador at the Adopting Bitcoin conference, and he sent us this picture. And our friend CoinSure called it a Nodlito, which is a very nice name actually. I like it very much. We internally call it Nodl Lite. It's a Lightning-only device. It has 4 cores, real 64-bit ARM cores. Has half of gig of RAM, and it has an industrial SD card, which is guaranteed for many writes, which is very important for running a Lightning node. It's running Neutrino, so that's why we upgraded to v0.13.4 of LND. It's running RTO and Sphinx Chat as well, and we still don't know if it will be able to run Lightning Terminal. We have the cloud version of this device as well, which is running Lightning Terminal, but we probably with half of gig of RAM will not manage to run that part. So it will be RTO, LND, Sphinx Chat, and it will remotely connect to a BTC Pay server, which can be hosted on a big node, or it can be hosted in the cloud. So you can have like a shared BTC Pay server with dedicated LNDs running for every user, and the user can actually have the physical LND in their place, which is nice. It's like our take on the custodiality of Lightning. More news about this device will be coming out later this week. You've seen it here first, and we'll have an official press release probably later this week. So next, I just finished. Our friend Maitu from RTL told me about this book recently, and I just finished reading it as an audiobook actually. The Block Size War. I'm very impressed to see like historical books about some particular facts of Bitcoin. I'm very happy this kind of books exist. We need more of them. The only thing I didn't like, maybe the part about the aftermath of the Block Size War could be longer, but other than that it was very educative for me. I entered the Bitcoin space just before the SegWit activation, and I didn't know actually that the Block Size War started as early as 2015, so yeah, I learned a ton of things. I really recommend you read or listen to this book. It's a very good one, and the audiobook version is read by Guy Swan, which is nice. And I guess that's it for today. Anybody has any comments or questions? I don't see anything happening on the chat. I don't know if it's a bug or if you're just all quiet. And why is the picture so yellow on YouTube? Is it the same yellow on Twitch? It's very yellow. Yeah, same on Twitch, that's weird. Okay guys, I guess that's it for today. You can find me on Twitter, Telegram as usual. Don't hesitate to ask any follow-up questions if you have any.